What's going on, everybody? How's everybody doing today? I hope good. In these crazy times, I hope everybody's doing as good as they possibly can be. These numbers, though, they're starting to rise again. They're starting to spike back up again. You guys gotta take care of yourself. Go out, you wear a mask. Don't stay around a bunch of people. Come on, man. I don't want it to be freaking Halloween forever over here. I don't got the prettiest mug in the world, but I want to be able to get some sun on it. I'm not looking to get any ninja tan lines, so let's smarten up. Let's be a little responsible so we can get through this thing and get back on with our normal lives. Anyway, today we are taking a look, as you probably know by the title, at the Canon M6 Mark II, and we are also working with the Sigma 16mm F1.4. I'm definitely thinking that this is gonna be a nice little combination to work with. My only one concern is how well is the digital IS on this camera, especially paired up with a non-stabilized lens like the Sigma 16mm. All right, let's head outside. We'll play with this a little bit, have some fun. We're also gonna be testing out the EF M11-22 f4 lens as well. So, you know, we'll get a few different shots of what this bad boy is capable of. Roll it.
Resume is a heavyweight, yeah. Put it on my back, give me everything, yeah. I need everything. I need all of everything, yeah.
All right, so we are currently on the Canon M6 Mark II. I keep wanting to say Canon M50. The M6 Mark II. We have the Sigma 16mm F1.4, which is just a phenomenal lens. We are wide open at F1.4 right now. We're in 4K, 24 frames per second via the new firmware update for the M6 Mark II. And the microphone we are working with is the Saramonic, I don't know, it's the popular one. It's the $25 little mini one that flexes back and forth. This is the name right here. This is the first time I'm personally using a Sigma lens with a Canon. I usually use them on my Sony cameras, but the image on this flip screen is about as clean as I've seen out of a Canon camera. Now, one thing with this camera, it is upsampled 3K. So really, it's not true 4K. It spits out something more like 3K footage, and then they're upscaling it to 4K. Is that a big deal? Not really for me. I honestly don't care. I shoot 1080p on my EOS R all day long and upscale it to 4K for YouTube anyway. So 3K to 4K, I don't think we're gonna see that big of a quality difference, and it's still a lot more than 1080p. So only problem is Canon doesn't have a ton of lenses that work well with this camera. I mean, you can adapt any of the EFS lenses, so I guess that is one route to go, and then that whole argument goes right out the door. But I'd like to see some new high quality image stabilized EFM lenses for this camera. The Sigma is a native EFM lens, and we also have the 11-22 with us today that is image stabilized, that we will be taking a look at a little bit later on. But for right now, let's just enjoy the beauty of this Sigma 16. Eye detection is on, and it's working great even with these sunglasses on. This was a loaner from B&H. Shout out to my friends over at B&H for loaning me this Canon M6 Mark II. If for some reason you don't know about B&H, you need to get on board and wake up. B&H is the #1 spot for all camera and camera related gear. Super fast shipping, 30-day return policy. Can't beat it. Thank you, B&H. I'll leave B&H links in the description for all the gear you see here today in case you are interested. First, let's do a stabilization test with this bad boy. All right, the sun is a little crazy today. The sun is definitely a little harsh. I came into a little shaded area. You can see my little circle of shade here, trying to stay out of this harsh sun so I could see the actual image quality from this camera and not have super blown out highlights. But it's either gonna be that or dark shadows. I don't think we could avoid it either way. There isn't a cloud in the sky. Right before I came out, it was super cloudy, beautiful for shooting video. Now the harsh sun has showed its face. All right, so there's no way around it. We're gonna have to step into this harsh lighting. So forgive me. Oh no, you know what? Maybe I'll go down there in the grass where all the bugs and gnats and mosquitoes are gonna attack my face. I'll tell you right now, if Kyverson decides to show his ugly little mug around here today, I ain't running. He will get the slapping of a lifetime. I will stand my ground, I will get stung, I will do whatever it takes, but I'm not running this time. It's just not happening. I will not live my life in fear of bugs. All right, so the Sigma 16 f1.4 is not a stabilized lens, but we do have digital IS turned on. Now, digital IS in the Canon EOS R is absolutely spectacular. I don't know how well the M6 Mark II is gonna do. We're gonna find out right now. So it's just your standard digital IS turned on. It's not the enhanced. The enhanced crops in way too much, especially for this lens. But we will check out the enhanced mode with the 11-22 a little bit later, since it's a much wider lens. It don't look too bad in the flip screen, I'll tell you that. Seems like it's somewhat comparable to the ESR. I'm not adding any stabilization in post, so this is straight out the camera right here. Seems like it's all right. It's hard to see those little micro jitters on a little tiny flip screen like this, but it seems like it's all right. All right, way too light, way too bright. Let's get under this tree. A little sidewalk and stabilization. Looks pretty good to me. Now, I'm not sure if we have a ton of rolling shutter here. It doesn't look too bad, to be honest with you. Let's see that tree right there. Now, that tree is naturally bent. That thing ain't distorted by the lens. Sorry. I'm sorry, don't throw up. Just chill, hold it in, bud. All right, now let's try out the 11 to 22. And spoiler alert, it's not gonna look, the image itself is just not gonna look anywhere near as crispy as the Sigma 16 is. You got a different focal length, you have a blurry background, you have a wide aperture. With the 11 to 22, it's just a much wider lens, much wider field of view, and it's like at f4, so pretty much everything is gonna be in focus, but it probably is the second best lens that you can get for video for this Canon M system. So let's throw that on right now. All right, Canon EF-M 11 to 22 on deck, on camera, ready to rock. Now we are all the way wide at 11 millimeters, so it definitely gives us some room to crop in even more and still have a comfortable vlogging wide angle field of view. So we will be checking out that enhanced digital IS in a second, but for right now we have the standard going. So how's the image stabilization look? Is it good enough for vlogging? I know it's not action camera smooth, but looks like it's all right to me. Seems a little shaky, but not bad at all. I think it's performing pretty well. All right, now let's try out the enhanced digital IS. All right, now this is enhanced digital IS. Still plenty wide. Good to go, I think. Now sometimes with these wider lenses, these digital ISs, they kind of flip out and they do this like jerky type of motion every now and then. So be on the lookout for that. I don't see anything in my flip up screen over here, but you guys let me know what you think. I think it looks pretty good. Now, in the studio, controlled lighting. Got my Aperture 120D as my key light over here. Got a little fill light to the left of me, and just that light. Everything else is completely shut off. It's dark in here. And this is what the M6 Mark II looks like with the Sigma 16mm in the studio, and I think that looks great. From what I'm seeing on the flip screen, the eye detect autofocus got me perfect. If you were curious how this looks indoors, this is what you're looking at. I think that image looks fantastic. The autofocus seems like it's doing really well. I don't know what the actual results are, but that box and that eye autofocus is following me perfect right now. And this is at 1.4, which definitely makes it a little bit more difficult for autofocus to find and stick with its focal point. Honestly, I feel like this autofocus is tracking me even a little bit better than my ESR is. I don't love the grip on this. It's not a deep grip. I have big hands. It's not the worst grip I've ever felt. It's not like a point and shoot or anything like that. I just am used to the ESR's grip, which is wonderful, man. Like that's how even with a mini tripod, even with some kind of vlogging grip, I'm always gripped right here, and this thing, you get in there, boy. This is one of the better grips that I felt on a camera. I have no fear that I'm gonna lose my grip or drop this thing or anything like that. I'm just kidding. You think I'd put that in the video if I was bragging about how great the grip is? I'd delete it. I wouldn't be honest with you guys. I'd completely lie to you. Completely lie. So I gotta tell you, not a lot of things to dislike about this M6 Mark II. Again, at least from what I'm seeing on the flip screen. I'm not gonna watch it back before I put this video out, but we do have a ton more videos coming out on the Canon M6 Mark II. I think I'm gonna do a blind comparison with the Canon M50. We'll throw the same lens on both. One will be 1080p, one will be 4K. We'll see if you guys could even tell a difference. I might also compare it to the ESR itself, and we'll throw on the the EF24 f1.4 full frame lens, and we'll compare the APS-C at what is probably the equivalent of 24 with this Sigma 16mm, and we'll see if you guys can maybe tell a difference there too. We're gonna do a few tests throughout the week, so if you guys are curious of my actual opinion on the results coming out of this camera, make sure you are subscribed. Let me know down below what you guys thought of the results. How'd you like the image stabilization? How'd you like the image quality? Do you own the M6 Mark II? Do you love it? Do you not like it? Whatever you want to write down below, let's just chat. You could write whatever you want. I really don't care. You guys don't care either. You always write whatever you want anyway. On that note, thumbs up if you enjoyed the video. If you are not yet subscribed, please do so. I'd appreciate it highly. Until next time, enjoy your day, your night, and tomorrow morning. Salute. Everything, man. Everything.
everything. I want everything. That's on everything. It's like a wedding ring.